Hey guys, what's up? And welcome to the unboxing of the most useless product in Xiaomi's lineup. The Xiaomi Redmi S2 is what I would like to say, but every time I call a product from Xiaomi useless, it always ends up selling super well, so I'm going to hold my judgment for now. The other thing to note is that the Redmi S2 is going to be known as the Redmi Y2 in India, so pretty much the same name, Redmi S2, Redmi Y2, depending on where you live. But let's get right down to the unboxing of the Redmi S2 or Y2. So packaging wise, the Redmi S2 comes in an orange box and it says global version on the side. And on the back, let's look at the specs really quickly. In terms of specs, you're looking at a Snapdragon 625, a 6-inch 720p display, 12 plus 5 megapixel rear camera, and 16 megapixel front camera. Very basic specifications that we've seen a million times from Xiaomi, starting from like 2015. And this is the dark gray version, but let's get right down to the unboxing. So opening up the box for the Redmi S2, this is an orange box, and I'm a fan of the color orange or red in general. Let's look at the phone itself. So this is the actual phone. Let's put this aside and look at the rest of the things inside the box. So here, this looks, oh, so there's stuff inside here actually. Let's open it up. I almost tore that. That was close. Put this aside. First, we have a Redmi 2 user guide. Is this in English? It is in English. Very nice. This is the global version, so it's most likely made for India as well. And here we also have a TPU case. It's pretty crappy, but it's nice that they included a case here. USB cable. I hope it's a USB-C. No, it's a micro USB, unfortunately. And this is the charger brick, and this is not for USA. This is most likely European or Chinese. So let's put all this stuff aside and see what we got. All right, this is the actual phone itself. First things first, let's start with the build quality. This thing is made of plastic. You can hear as I'm tapping it, it's not a very high quality plastic. I've seen lots of other cheap phones with higher quality plastic than this. I'm really not too happy with the choice of plastic for the Xiaomi using the Redmi S2 or Y2. Really not too happy. In terms of aesthetics, it looks okay, I guess. It looks kind of like the Redmi 5 Plus or the Xiaomi Mi 6X. You've got your dual camera setup that sticks out quite a little bit actually, so take a look at that. You can see how much it sticks out, so do be careful when you put it down. There is a case included over there, so you can put that on here to protect the camera. There's also a fingerprint sensor that's not actually too recessed. It's actually slightly recessed, and but it's still very easy to find on the actual phone itself because it's a very flat contoured body. And of course, you got the Mi logo, and you actually have two antenna lines here, which is a new aesthetic for Xiaomi and mostly for other phones, because I usually see one antenna line. I mean, this could be one antenna line with two outlines, but it does look like two antenna lines here. So I'm not sure how I feel about that. I really like the old style where there's the nice rubber or metal insert compared to these two, but whatever. It just aesthetics mostly. Hey, check it out. We got a headphone jack as well as an IR blaster for those of you who keep on telling me you want an IR blaster to control the TV in like the restaurant or whatever. And here we also have the micro USB port and two speaker grills, but most likely there's only one speaker in these grills and the other one is just decoration. Looking at the side of the phone, we have the power and the volume buttons, and on the other side we have the SIM tray. So let's turn this phone on and see what we got and look at the bezels of the Redmi S2. So I've set this phone up and oh, the bezels are not too good. So let's open Play Store so it's nice and white so you can see it. So the top and bottom bezels are okay. I mean, they're about the same size as the Redmi 5 Plus, but the side bezels though, those are kind of big. As you can see, so there's 3 millimeters of black bezel, right? So that's, it's okay if those were the only bezels on the phone. But then you also have the silver part here that kind of sticks out and goes back in. So kind of does this and then goes back in. That's an extra 1 to 2 millimeters. So you have like 4 or 5 millimeter bezels here. And really, it makes it look big. It makes it actually feel pretty big also, especially my hand when I'm holding it. It doesn't feel small. I think the Redmi 5 Plus was definitely a lot more compact than the Redmi S2 or the Redmi Y2. So I really don't know why they chose to go with such a big body. I mean, it's not too big, but it's still bigger than I would have expected. In terms of software here, we have MIUI 9 with Google Play pre-installed, and I really hope that this is an official global ROM and not a, what do you call that? A ROM that is custom, but we'll have to see what it's like. Here's MIUI Global 9.5 stable, so it is a global ROM with Google Play pre-installed. So let's take a look at the display here. All right, so in terms of the display, it looks pretty okay, but it's nothing out of the ordinary. I find that this Xiaomi display is actually a tiny bit muted compared to the other ones that I've tested. Even the cheaper phones that I've tested, those have really good displays. This one is okay, but it's really nothing, amazing. I find that the primary colors are a little bit pale. Just look at the yellow, the green, and the blue. Wait, are those primary colors? Whatever. Anyway, so the yellow looks a little bit pale. If you continue on, this whole picture looks a tiny bit pale, but then I think you really have to be either a super annoying tech reviewer like myself, or you have to have multiple phones to compare to actually be able to see that this screen is actually not that great. Because for all intents and purposes, this screen is actually, I mean, it's fine for pretty much everybody. So I don't really have that many complaints. It's just a tiny bit less saturated than the regular displays that I test, even the cheaper ones. Also, the screen here looks fairly crisp. It's not bad at all, but I think it could be a little bit crisper. But yeah, and touch sensitivity is pretty good, so no complaints there. Also, let's take a quick look at the audio here. All right, so audio, let's talk about the audio. In terms of volume, it actually gets pretty loud, but in terms of the audio quality, I'm actually not too impressed, but I'll let you listen to it and be the judge yourself. So thank you for checking out this very quick unboxing and overview of the Redmi S2. I'm going to be giving this phone the full review treatment as soon as I can, so you can know if this is a good buy or not. I mean, spoiler alert, this phone is pretty boring as far as this phone goes in terms of, initial thoughts. It's pretty, nothing out of the ordinary, but we'll have to see. So be sure to hit like and subscribe, and make sure you hit the little notification bell to make sure you're notified of any of the latest videos that come out. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.